Paul Hughes, talkSPORT MMA, back again on the channel. It's good to see you. Good to be here in person in Belfast. I was just saying to a few of the boys here, to get over for work and seeing some of the stuff you're doing at Ulster Rugby, doing stuff with Carl Frampton, just talk to me a wee bit about that, being around Northern Ireland, making the most of that atmosphere, the energy in the air. How has that felt?
Yeah, it's great. It feels good. It feels like just my dreams are coming true, to be completely honest, knowing that this is on the horizon on Saturday night, like literally my dream of fighting in the SSE, but then having the opportunity to catch up with like Belfast legends such as Carl Frampton and develop like a personal relationship with them is something very cool.
And I did watch that video, and you were asking him a couple of questions, and I just want to know, did you take any inspiration from that? Because obviously he's been in there and he's done that in some of the biggest venues in Belfast. What was it like just being around Frampton and getting that time with him?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I think it only sunk into me that I was fighting at home whenever we were standing out in front of the SSE together. And I remember him saying to me, like, there's nobody alive in my weight class that would have beat me in there. And I love that energy. And in fact, I even said it to him. I was like, I'm taking that energy with me. Like, nobody's beating me in there. I actually said that yesterday at the face-offs with Bruno. So, yeah, I liked it.
I know they've met. I was speaking to James Fruin the other week. He was in talkSPORT, and he mentioned about the Usman rematch. Like, surely you'd want to get him back in Belfast again after that. I know that they've talked about Dubai, and it's probably not going to be in Belfast, but I mean, you're going to see the atmosphere on Saturday night. It's going to be special in there.
Yeah, I think we blow the roof off the place on Saturday night. I think when I rematch Usman, it'll be in Dubai. But when I'm the champion, when I beat him, perhaps some leverage might be in my favour, and we'll be able to drag him back here for the trilogy. Maybe in Titanic, maybe in Windsor. We'll see.
I would like to see that go a long way, to be honest. And just a bit on Bruno on Saturday. I know. You're kind of getting him out there as the guy that people are a bit unaware of, and the hardcore MMA fans will be aware of the threat that Bruno possesses on Saturday night. But how have you kind of been studying Bruno and taking this approach differently to someone like Usman? When you fought him for the belt.
Look, I studied them all the same. Everyone to me is a world title fight. Every fight is treated the same. My team treat it as such also. At this game, at this level, there's too much on the line, and there's in MMA there's too many ways to lose, to be completely honest. So you have to cover all bases. Bruno was someone that I'm absolutely not taking lightly in any regard. I know there's a lot of questions about Usman and this and that, but don't get it twisted. Like, I'm focused on Saturday night, and that's all that matters to me. I
mean, he will pretty much know that if he can go in there and get a job on you in your own backyard, then that'll propel him massively because of the name you are,
It's everything the game for him. Like, if I was him, I'd be coming out throwing bombs right away.
You really have everything to lose in this.
Absolutely. I mean, no question. I mean, how many times have you seen upsets in MMA? It happens all the time. That's why I must be absolutely 100% focused on him.
How are you viewing something like, when I say the word pressure, what kind of comes to your mind? Is that something that you'll thrive off? Does it almost, because fear can be quite a good thing for fighters, the fear of the unknown and stepping in there, the first headline in the SSC arena. How does something like pressure, what is it viewed as in your mind?
When I think pressure, I think diamonds, and that's when I always shine. On the nights of my career that have been the biggest pressure of all, it's always when I've performed the best, and I think that just shows where I'm at as a competitor. So I embrace it all. I love it all. All of my fights are high pressure now, so bring it on.
Yeah. And just talk to me a bit about, the impacts in Northern Ireland and the Northern Irish scene, seeing some of the young people growing up. Obviously, McGregor was kind of the kickstart for that in the whole of Ireland, and now there kind of seems to be this new wave of big news fans who are coming up. It must be a pretty inspiring thing to know that you're inspiring others and acting as this role model.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything I dreamed of. Like, it really, really is. I looked up to people like Conor, like Frampton, like Conlon, and I was like, well, imagine that was me someday,
Here we are.
I know, it's crazy, like, because that's who we kind of look up to. We look up to sports people a lot here. We don't have many other people to look up to, no politicians or any of that crap. But that's who we look up to. So to find myself kind of, I'm not going to say I'm on any other level yet, but maybe someday, and it's something I take with great privilege.
Yeah, and I just want to ask you, because you did talk about this with Frampton, about all the stuff with McGregor, and I know you've talked about it so many times, the back and forth with the Usman fight and the comments that you said there could be, but do you think this could be a bit of a you could kind of go in there and be a bit of an FU moment to McGregor. Is there something in there that, you can go in there and with the whole of the SSC around you and like, right, this is it, I'm here, I'm the man, and I'm taking Irish MMA to a new level?
With all due respect, he won't be on my mind at all. None of my decisions will be even have a thought of that. Like, as I said, I'm carving my own path. I am my own man, and whatever I do will be solely my journey.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome to hear. Have you found that kind of difficult in the early stages, trying to separate that identity? When you're making yourself known on the world stage.
Not too bad. I think coming up, it's obviously a good thing.
Yeah.
But as I've progressed in my career, like, as I say, I want to do my own thing. I am carving my own path, going this whole pathway of choosing the PFL over the UFC, and everything that I've been doing is me forging my own journey, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
And, Khabib made you that offer beforehand, and you said you're going to go in there and get the Usman rematch. Is that something that you would be interested in if you go in there and get the job done over Usman in the rematch?
Yeah, no question. That rematch will happen, hopefully at the end of this year. There's no denying it. This is what the MMA world wants to see. It's what PFL want. I'm no doubt about it. It is the biggest fight that they can make, so that fight will happen. But as I say, focus on Bruno Miranda on Saturday night. Yeah.
So in terms of activity, I know you've had some issue with your hands before, lots of broken hands, and you've made some really honest comments about that in the past. And how active are you looking to be as a fighter over the next few years? Obviously, you've got Bruno on Saturday. You've got the Usman rematch, maybe one towards the start of next year. How do you kind of view that journey?
Great. I mean, 5th fight in 13 months. I want to keep racking them up. I'm already thinking about what's next. I love it, and whenever you're getting paid your worth, like PFL are paying me, it really changes things, to put it bluntly. It's really motivating, I must say.
And just to finish off, outside of fighting, you've started your new podcast, you're doing new things, and what can we expect from you over the next sort of 12 months?
Yeah, we just wrapped up season 1 there, 6 episodes. I'll shoot another season over the summertime here. We'll see what my kind of MMA schedule will be like, because of course I like to keep it moderately separate, but my focus is obviously number 1, fighting. That's all that matters to me. So whenever I knock Bruno out, then we'll see what the PFL present, and we'll take it from there.
I know fighters hate giving predictions, but do you kind of want to go in there and give the fans a bit of a show, or is it a case of getting it over and done with as quick as possible?
Look, I'm going to be absolutely locked in from the first bell, like I always am. I have a very good game plan. I think that I will do something spectacular on Saturday night for the people, so stay tuned.
I can really feel that when you say that there. Top man, appreciate it.
Brother.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.